loud.
My big voice. Thanks. I'm David Joyce, the head of vocal faculty here at LA College of Music, and really excited to bring some wonderful performances here tonight and performers from across our globe, as it were. It's called the Industry Showcase, and you can hear a lot of wonderful singing and songs, and we have two marvelous guests and panelists here, friends and colleagues, and Bill and I have sung together for many years and played and worked with Burt Bacharach, and he's touring with Herb Alpert and has done a ton of different things in different settings and toured with Phil Collins. And so Aretha is a goddess. What can I say? I'm so grateful to get to sit on juries on Monday with them to listen to 37 or something like that. 20, maybe it's only 25. So this is going to be a breeze, you guys. Please, if you would, put your hands together and welcome Aretha and Bill. And if you could turn up the lights just for a minute, I just asked them to just speak for a couple of minutes each about your perspective on what young singers should be thinking about. And you may have some more things to say to them individually afterwards. Can we turn up the lights so we can see our guests? Thanks.
Hi everybody, how are you doing? This is everybody, singers? Wonderful. Hi, I'm Aretha Scruggs. Am I just supposed to, I think the only thing I was gonna say, if I could leave a lesson with you all, younger and or same age singers as me, I don't know what age you are, but I think for me, this is my 20th year in the industry, and I think one of the things I would tell you is to keep singing, and that's so basic, but it really is, because there are your highest highs. You can look at my resume, like the highest highs, and then the craziest lowest lows, all in 2 weeks. No, but you're constantly like doing this. Your career will look like this. It will never fail. It will look like this. And so if you can just find not only your love of singing, but to keep singing, because life will have a way of taking your song out of you. But if you can keep just trying again and just saying, you know what? I'm meant to do this. I am an artist. And you just keep saying, I'm an artist. I'm going to keep doing this. I'm an artist. And just keep nailing that and just walk on every stage like you belong, and you will doors will keep opening up for you. So thank you for having me. It's great to be with you guys.
Hello, my name is Bill Kansos, and so much of what she just said, I feel the same way. I think if you had asked me what I thought I was going to be doing, I'm from San Diego, if you'd asked me what I thought I was going to be doing when I came to LA and where I thought I would be in so many years down the road, I would have said this, I would have been wrong about everything. But there is such an adventure to being there, being ready for opportunity, being prepared for whatever comes your way, and the great part is you get to share this music making process with amazing people, and you get to, I've been able to travel and see the world and work with just wonderful, wonderful people, and the process of teaching and communicating to others and bringing other people up is a wonderful adventure. And actually, it's helped me. I feel like I'm so much better as an artist and getting back in touch with my own music by working with others. And I just want to encourage you. And this whole process, doing this is great. And anytime you can get up on a stage and do what you do, and really look at ways to bring something unique to it, that's great. And so I'm just happy to be here, and thank you.
Please welcome to the stage, Mo.
this is Hunter on guitar. And we are going to start the night off with an original we wrote together called Closure. Thank you.
Selfish and insecure, jealous and immature, broke down and watched it burn. Ashes turn to birds, and I watched them fly. Caught up in the mess, reckless and self-obsessed, trying to forget everything I regret, and I don't know why. Well, maybe I just needed some closure. Forget about it. And words don't bring me closer. Forget about it. And I should have known you weren't for sure. Oh man, I just needed some closure. Flying down the coast, Portland, you took control. Blindside, I'd never know. Wind out and lost all hope. So I just need some time. 'Cause I've got these broken wings caused by your suffering. I think I lost my mind. Well, maybe I just needed some closure. Forget about it. Your words don't bring me closer. Forget about it. And I should have known you weren't for sure. Oh man, I just needed some closure. I'm sorry that I called you last Monday, and I'm so sorry that I got in your headspace. But do you ever think about me? Am I crossing your mind when you sleep at night? 'Cause man, I get so lonely, lonely. No, lonely, lonely. Well, maybe I just needed some closure. Forget about it. Your words don't bring me closer. Forget about it. And I should have known you weren't for sure. Oh man, I just needed some closure. Closure.
Alright, so this next one is another Crash Phase original. That is the band we are in. And this is called Caught Up in a Dream.
Hey, what's up? I've been trying, I've been calling, so what's up? I'm so damn tired of get so damn caught up. And it's the way that your lips touch mine. Oh, that's the kind of thing that's messing me up. I said I don't even know no more, and I don't even wanna know, and I don't even wanna see no more, no more. You see me walking out your door, lingerie left on your floor. I don't even wanna see no more, no more, Hey, said I don't really even fucking care. Hey, I don't even wanna know. And it's the way you left me all alone. And it's the way you left me in the cold. Thank you.
So I'll go first. Mo, first of all, thank you for performing. And you just have a really fun personality on stage.
Thank
You have a really great, I don't know, because I feel like I'm getting all your energy and I'm getting a really great impression of who you are as an artist and who you're, you know, what you want to be. Obviously, so this last song, you guys have a band, and
Yes.
so what kind of style is the?
It's pop rock.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it's interesting, with like a difference. It was a nice contrast between the songs. I wish there were more. The only thing I would say, first of all, Hunter, you sound great. I feel like you guys, you're at the mercy of what you're hearing on stage. I wasn't getting enough of your vocal compared to the guitar, especially on that last song, because it's Frank and I would just say, as much as you can, for him to be aware and just kind of like tuck underneath and there's so many things like that are not your ability to control. But I loved that first song.
Thank you.
It was quirky, and I was sitting there trying to figure out what the time signature was, and I never quite cracked the code on it. But I'll tell you, it was compelling. It pulled me in, and it felt like you were telling me, if not a story, you were just like presenting this scene to me, and I was following you. I was taking the trip with you, and it was really cool, and it just had a real unique, sensibility to it.
Thank you.
And the second one, I liked the song, but I don't think I loved the song only because it felt scattered.
Okay.
It felt like it wasn't like getting the thought of where you were going with this and where the title pulled in and this and that, and you all had all these thoughts, and I was getting the emotional side of it, but it didn't kind of have the same resolution for me and that same kind of sense of drive and focus. So, and then it's like, oh, it's over. But, and I know obviously it's a different thing if I'm hearing it, with maybe a band arrangement or something. But that was my only comment about the songs themselves. But both of them had a unique kind of viewpoint to them and a way of expressing it. So that aspect of it I really like. But the first one, I don't know. I just like, it makes me want to sit there again and hear it and pick it apart and kind of listen to the lyrics. And I don't know, enjoyed that a lot.
Thank you.
My only other thing would be beware of pushing too hard when you don't have to. Because you've got this really nice sound that's full, and you've got all this grit in your sound, which is great, and it suits the style that you're doing, and it sounds really natural, and it sounds like a cool expression of what you're doing. Just don't push too hard. Like in a couple places in the first song you were singing out, so that when you pulled it back at the beginning of the second song, it almost felt like you were making an adjustment. And so just be aware of that, because if you have a whole set, if you have a whole evening of stuff, then you have to really figure out ways to kind of conserve your energy and find the places to really bust out vocally, and then other places to kind of pull back. But really nice consistent sound, and so
Thank you so much.
Yeah, the same was for me. I love Closure was a very solid song. I love how you went back and forth from closure to closer. And like every time you said closure, there was a different color and timbre to your voice. So I loved, and you seem more solid and more the story, and kind of you saying the story and what you're communicating, I really got more in the first song. The second song, and maybe it was because of the guitar, it felt like the whole song was flat, like you ran a little flat. There were pitch issues, specifically in the verses. By the time you got to the chorus, it was a little bit brighter, so it sat a little different in your mouth, so it came out, and I love the belting moments of those. But when we got to the verses, it just rode on flat, and I don't know, it might just be finding the vowel at the end of those phrases, so you stay a little bit on top of the pitch. But like you said, maybe it was a little bit of the guitar that you were hearing that messed up the vocal. But otherwise, I think overall you seem like such a fearless performer. I love that you bring your whole self. Some people would not cower, but kind of duck behind just a guitar. You know, like they wouldn't bring their full self out with just one instrument. But you gave your full vocal with just one guitarist. So I can't imagine what you would do with a band. So I love that you bring your full self. Yeah, I just loved it. And again, the first song was great.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Up next, we have the beautiful and amazing Kat.
Hello, hello. Hello, I'm Kat. The first song I'm going to be doing is Girl Crush by Little Big Town, and I'm going to be playing it on my guitar, so I hope you enjoy it. I've got a girl crush. I hate to admit it, but I've got a heart rush that ain't slowing down. I've got it real bad. Want everything she has. That smiling at midnight laugh she's giving you now. I wanna taste her lips, yeah, 'cause they taste like you. I wanna drown myself in a bottle of her perfume. I wanna long to admit it, but I've got a heart rush. It ain't slowing down. Thank you. Okay, my next song is by Melanie Martinez. It's called Mrs. Potato Head. This is a really big song for me in my middle school years, and I'm very glad that it's traveled until now, so I'm very happy to be doing it for you. If you weren't born with it, you can buy a couple ornaments. Just be sure to read the warning, kids, 'cause pretty soon you'll be bored of it. Sexual, hey girl, if you wanna feel sexual, you can always call up a professional. They stick pins in you like a vegetable. Kids forever, baby soft skin turns into leather. Don't be dramatic, it's only some plastic. No one will love you if you're unattractive. Oh, Mrs. Potato Head, tell me, is it true that pain is beauty? Does a new face come with the warranty? Will a pretty face make it better? Oh, Mr. Potato Head, tell me, how did you afford her surgery? Do you swear you'll stay forever, even if her face don't stay together? Even if her face don't stay together. If you want a little more confidence, potatoes turn to French fries, yeah, it's common sense. All you need's a couple more condiments and $100,000 for some compliments. It's such a waste when little girls grow into their mother's face, but little girls are learning how to cut and paste and pucker up their lips until they suffocate. And kids forever, baby soft skin turns into leather. Don't be dramatic, it's only some plastic. No one will love you if you're unattractive. Oh, Mrs. Potato Head, tell me, is it true that pain is beauty? Does a new face come with the warranty? Will a pretty face make it better? Oh, Mr. Potato Head, tell me, how did you afford her surgery? Do you swear you'll stay forever, even if her face don't stay together? Stay forever, even if her face don't stay together. Stay forever, stay forever. Oh, Mrs. Potato Head, tell me, is it true that pain is beauty? Does a new face come with the warranty? Will a pretty face make it better? Oh, Mr. Potato Head, tell me, how did you afford her surgery? Do you swear you'll stay forever, even if her face don't stay together? Stay forever, even if her face don't stay together. Stay forever, even if her face don't stay forever, stay forever.
Thank you, Kat, for sharing your voice. Okay, first of all, I love your look.
Thank you.
You have such a vibrant hello with the red hair and the outfit, and that's important as an artist to bring yourself to every stage. For me, though, I love what you said here on your sheet here that I'm reading. You said Your style is rock pop. You hope to showcase your true self and show how happy being on stage makes you. When you sing, I don't get that. There's something, your tone, your voice is beautiful, but there's like some sort of wall. But then it opens up again when you start talking. You look alive and you're like, yeah. But then something about, I don't know, for the first song, behind the guitar, sometimes it's hard to engage the audience and still bring your full self. But even this song, you look great. The second song was so fun, but there was something that's blocking. And so my honest opinion, like, I love everything, your voice, what you look like. I think digging a little deeper to figure out maybe it's song choice and finding songs that relate to you that you can really communicate and bring your full self, what you want here, I think would be the greatest thing for you. But I love what you sang, love that you can play the guitar. That's always hard as a singer. But I would love there's something that's missing with engaging the audience.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I think what's interesting, and sort of picking up a little bit on this, I think you could have directed the second song a little bit more out, because you're really comfortable on stage, which is great, and you were really at ease, and of course with the guitar, you were here, and I liked that you were just kind of using the space. But the song is a really pointed and very unique kind of thing, and all this stuff that you're saying, and you're really asking these deep questions about, well, what does all this mean for people, and then of course, like, well, how does this apply to me, and how does this apply to whoever it is that you're addressing?
Yeah.
So I feel like it doesn't mean like you have to stand and just like sing at us or do this, but there's something about it that I think it would help if you made a connection coming this way with a lyric like that, and just have moments in it where it's like boom, and we want, because I can see you thinking about, but I think it helps. I think that would help pull us into the song. If each song has a different kind of point of view. Some songs just lend themselves to standing in a mic with a mic on the stand, and other ones are walk around songs or this or that. But this one, I think you would pull us in more if you if just addressed us in some way, or not even addressed us, but almost like let your thought process happen while you're kind of sending it out this way. You know what I mean? Rather than us watch you kind of go back and forth. Because that took me out of the intimacy of that lyric and all of that. Because it's a great, I don't know, that's what's great about a song. You find that place in the song, and you said that this is the song you've been singing for a long time.
It's been in my life for a long time, yeah.
Cool. So then it's almost like I find with songs like that, for me, I have to make sure I'm always engaging with it in a way that is going to be, because it's fresh for me, because I've never heard you sing the song before. So that's that place where as a performer you kind of you think it. And there was this lady named Lilias White. She's a Broadway person. And I worked with her on a show at the Mark Taper Forum once. And I would sneak out from backstage and I'd go in the audience and watch her every night, because she sang this one song called He Was Cool. And she would like change something every night, kind of to keep herself in the moment, but to kind of just like refine what she was doing with the song. And it was so cool because she was always going after that, and not like some weird wild reinvention, but like little things. So for you get to do that. It doesn't have to be rote, but you can experiment with those things, and it's really cool because you have a great stage performance. I love your tone, and your just sound is really nice and consistent. There are times when I feel like, and it's not this, I'm being really nitpicky. There are times when your pitch center feels like this, when I just wish it would like be just like, and I'm talking such a tiny thing because you have good pitch, but just like somehow almost like a slightly higher placement or something. Mm-hmm. But like I said, really nitpicky because you have a really solid presentation, and it was really fun to hear you.
Thank you.
So thank you.
And next we have Belko.
My name is Veljko. I'm from Serbia, and today I'm gonna perform two songs. The first one is gonna be "Bad Romance" by Lady Gaga. I want you ugly, I want you disease. I want your everything as long as it's free. I want your love, love, I want your love. I want your drama, the touch of your hand. I want your leather-studded kiss in the sand. I want your love, 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 I want your love. You and me could write a bad romance. Oh, 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 caught in a bad romance. Oh, 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 caught in a bad romance. I want your horror, I want your desire. You're a criminal as long as you're mine. I want your love, 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 love. I want your love. I want your love and I want your revenge. You and me could write a bad romance. I want your love and your lover's revenge. You and me could write a bad romance. Caught in a bad romance. Caught in a bad romance. I want your love and I want your revenge. I want your love. I don't wanna be friends. Je veux ton amour et je veux ton revenge. Je veux ton amour. I don't wanna be friends. I don't wanna be friends. I don't wanna be friends. What's your bad romance? What's your bad romance? I want your love and I want your revenge. You and me could write a bad romance. I want your love and your lover's revenge. You and me could write a bad romance. Caught in 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 a bad romance. Ra, ra, ah, ah, ah. Rama, rama, ma, myself time and time again, this time I'm gonna win. But another fight, things ain't right, I'm losing again. Takes the fool to lose twice and think all over again. But I think I better let it go. Let it go. Looks like another life TKO. TKO. I think I better let it go. Looks like another life TKO. Trying to take control of the love to control me. Cause you lose all thoughts, sense of time, have a change of mind. Taking the bumps and the bruises of all the things of a two-man loser. Trying to hold on, things ain't wrong, you're just another sad song. But I think I better let it go. Let it go, let it go. Looks like another love thinking, oh, I think I better let it go, let it go, let it go. Looks like another love thinking, trying to take control of the love to control me. Cause you lose the thoughts, sense of time, have a change of mind. Taking the bumps and the bruises of all the things of a two-time loser. Just try to hold on, things ain't wrong, you're just another sad song. But I think I better let it go, let it go, let it go. Looks like another life thinking, oh, hey, I think I better let it go, let it go, let it go. Looks like another life thinking, yeah, I think I better let it go, let it go. Looks like another life thinking,
How do you say it? Velco? Bacon? Bacon? Bacon.
The second one.
Bacon.
Bacon.
Oh, good. It was like, I know I'm not supposed to say some of these letters, but I have to pick the right ones not to say.
You did a great job.
Well, what great choice of material. How fun. And because it makes me want to hear what you're going to do next. It's like, okay, what else would you have up your sleeve? You know, like other song choices. But what's so cool is then both of those songs became a totally different canvas that you kind of did your thing with, and it worked really well. You know, it took a couple lines. I mean, you were there attitude-wise, but it was almost like it took a couple lines settling into the Love TKO. But then you settled in, and it was just like, I was in for the ride, and it really works. It was like a totally different song, you know what I mean? But it still had a cool vibe. I would say make the TKO, like make the E more of an E. Yeah, because it's the title of the song, and that's the only reason. The rest of the time, I love the way you sing and the way you say the words. It's a total reflection of you. It's great. It's a part of your total expression. I wouldn't change anything except TKO. But with both songs, it was really cool. You just sort of like found a point of view in the songs, and just your general like stage man. It feels totally natural. It's like you know what I mean. It feels like it's a expression of what you're up there doing, and I'm loving. Everybody looks so comfortable on stage. Obviously, I don't know. That's been something that's been addressed because I think that's so important. And there's a lot of performers, young performers I see that have really nice voices, but that sense of things kind of fails them. because you have to, that's part of how you pull in your audience. You just get up there and you're like, and you have this great smile, and you kind of know what you're there to do, and you know how you're going to do it. So, there were a couple of moments of Bad Romance that just kind of got out of the pocket a little bit. It's almost, there's a funny thing where you do stuff where in terms of like the phrasing of the lines, because there's a way to phrase that's totally loose, which is great, and you get to play with that. And then there's a way sometimes when you sing a line really straight. There were a couple of lines that almost felt like it wasn't one or the other. So I would just like look at that, but that was great. I really enjoyed listening to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I'm reading these quick stories real quick. I love your story. I can see it as you sing. There's a hunger in you. There's a passion. There's a bringing your full story on every stage. Even from your first note, what is this first song? Bad Romance. This voice down here, it's like, wait a minute, where are we? So I same as you saying, as Bill said, you're so poised and it's so comfortable on the stage, and there's so many colors to your voice. That first song, you start down here and then, like you're so many different, you've got such a range. But again, the way that you bring it and make it your own. I haven't heard Bad Romance, but love TKO. I love that song. And you turned it into something else, which is really cool. You made it your own, even with the people playing for you. I love that you really vibed well with the musicians that you chose. I love this arrangement. I love the cool raspiness that you had in Love TKO. That was my same note, just to get TKO and not TKO, however you're saying. But I know English is not your first language, but yeah, I get that TKO. And you sing both songs you sang all the way to the very last note, which just, again, shows this hunger and this passion you have for singing, which is just infectious. Yeah, I wanted to hear what you have next to sing. My only critique would be, for both songs, especially where you put that very low part of your register for Bad Romance, it sounded a little bit guttural, that kind of sound, which, if on purpose, is fine, but I think as Bill was talking about, like a bunch of songs like that in a set list, like I can see your voice like tiring or having like vocal issues. So just placement, maybe a little bit with that lower note, so it doesn't sit so back here in the back of your throat. That would be my only, but great performance. Thank you.
Thank you so much. The next one on the stage is amazing, Sam.
Hello. I would like to start this off by saying, Aretha, I absolutely adore your earrings. I just had to get that out of the way just now. My name is Sam. I'm from Santa Fe, New Mexico. And the first song I will be performing today is called Everything I Know from the musical In the Heights. In this album, there's a voice falter. There's a picture from my high school graduation with a program mint condition and a star beside my name. Here's a picture of my parents as I left for California. She saved everything we gave her, every little scrap of paper. And all odds are in these boxes, while the woman who held us is gone. But we go on, we grow so tight. But Bella, if you're up there, I'll make you proud of everything I know. Thank you for everything I know. Thank you. So I feel like we've all kind of been sitting for a little bit. And with this next song, I just have a question for the whole audience. Who likes to dance? Anybody? Any dancers? Okay. Well, this next song is a salsa song, and it's called Yo No Sé Mañana. So I hope you enjoy. And if you would like, please feel free to come up here and dance. I will not mind it. Yo no sé si tú, no sé si yo seguiremos siendo como hoy. No sé si después del amanecer vamos a sentir la misma sed. ¿Para qué pensar y suponer? No preguntes cosas que no sé. Yo no sé. No sé dónde vamos a parar. Estoy allá al pie, nos lo dirá. ¿Para qué pensar y suponer? No preguntes cosas que no sé. No veo que si te tengo. No me pidas algo que esté a tiempo. Yo no sé mañana. Yo no sé mañana si estaremos juntos, si se acaba el mundo. Yo no sé si soy para ti, si serás para mí, si lleguemos a manos odianos. Yo no sé mañana, yo no sé mañana quién va a estar aquí. Tengo café, pasamos al celular, tengo con amor.
is your personality on a stage. The first song was, I saw the character come out. I don't know which character you were playing. Does it say it on here? Anyway, but in the Heights, you just oozed the character. I mean, I could see it on your face even as you were singing, which is a positive. The negative was that I was so into the character, or you were so into the character, the vocals were lacking. So I want the vocals to match where you were. I mean, you had us. We were there with you in the scene. It was beautiful.
For some reason, tonight had me like more nervous than I've like ever been.
Okay.
So
yes. Well, take some of that energy and put it in there. And this song, again, beautiful personality. I love, it's like your voice was hidden the first song from the acting. The second song, I don't know if it was the salsa, it was the verses, it was almost like your voice was hidden, but then you came right out, bam, on the choruses. And so the chorus all the way to the vamp was just shining your personality and your voice. So if we can get what you did in the chorus and back and put that going forward, it would have been a great performance. I mean, the way you look, the way you carry yourself, you came ready to sing. So I want that to match your personality and who you are on a stage, because I love who you are on a stage. Just bring those vocals up.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, really, really enjoyed it. Can I ask you a question on the first song? Obviously, it's a song from a musical. Why did you pick that song? Is there like a personal story for you singing that song?
So I got that song when I was in high school. I went to an arts high school and I studied voice there. And that was just part of my repertoire. But kind of as I grew up and like graduated high school and stuff like that, it started to kind of speak more to me, especially the last verse about like moving away specifically to California, which is what I did. I feel like every time I listen to it, it just kind of hits me. So yeah, there's definitely an emotional connection.
Right, and it's funny because there's a thing that happens that's a really great thing when that emotion of something hits you in the moment, almost like coming back at you, and it can be even a person that you know, or this or that, or a story, or somebody in your family. All those things are great, but especially if you're in the middle of this, it's part of the process is learning how to take that in the moment, but don't lose that sense of poise in presenting it to us. Because it almost felt like you were getting so emotional that you did, like Aretha was saying, it's like you vocally pulled back.
Yeah.
And the acting part of it, it's funny because the challenge is to make it feel real and to be real, but also to be really solid with that actual technical vocal presentation. I mean, that's the real challenge of singing musical theater type stuff, and it applies to other kinds of music. But so I would just say, almost like you have to keep that part of your brain engaged so that you take us to that place. Because we were writing, and then it would really just sail if you kind of kept that focus and made sure that all the technical stuff was in place. It's almost like setting all of that and then letting the emotion come in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
Because it was like we lost a little bit of momentum or something there in that last verse. And it's a great way that the song has a payoff of this, you know what I mean? Like the characters realizing these things and just like, so touched. But so you've got to, and there's all those words. And so your job is just to take us and make sure that we're hearing the whole story. So that would be, I would really think about that when you rehearse the song. And just, it's almost like, I don't know, like a gymnast or something does a routine over and over and over and over and over and over. So the mechanics of it are really set, so that then whatever happens, you know what I mean, you're in the moment, but you're not sitting there thinking, oh, is this going to go okay?
Yeah.
But you just kind of set it so that you can really build and give it the payoff and the emotion that you want to. because I love that you want to communicate. I think you need a different track for that last song, or you need to have a live percussionist play with you or something. Because I know the song and it's really fun, but it was like you were ready to party and the track was kind of chill. And so it was almost like you were working to do something that the music wasn't cooperating with you. And I would just either like play it live, or I would literally find a different track of the same tune, or if they all sound like that, I would like augment it with other musicians or something, because you obviously have a way you want to present that song in its full energy, and so you make sure that your accompaniment suits that.
Yeah.
And the other thing, just like a little bit off what she was saying, in those first verses, it's really low. The da 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 da. Just make sure, like you could even over enunciate or something to make sure, because it's low and because you have to not conserve, but you have to pull back on your energy. Just really be aware of making the rhythm of those words. It's almost like you can over enunciate and let the groove kind of come from that, and let it just sort of percolate, because then on the chorus he's going to explode and be up in that nice range. When you sang the real wordy part later in the song, it felt great. But so, because of the way the song is constructed, you have to approach that other section differently.
Yeah.
And just kind of write it for what it is, and just be aware of that syncopation, and let that be your focus on that part. I think that would help.
Okay.
But you have a great presentation on stage, and wonderful energy as a performer. So
Thank you. Thank you guys so much. And the next performer we have on stage is the incredible Rebecca. Hello. How are you? Incredible showcase so far. Hi, my name is Rebecca. This is Pascal Trading. Please give me a big applause. First song I'm gonna be performing for you today is original that I finished a few days ago. Still needs some work, but I wanted to make it simple, and as I was writing it, it kept going more complicated and more complicated. It ended up very poetic, but I really like it. So I hope maybe some of you relate. This is Colors.
I've been scared to show my true colors to the rain. I've been scared to choose if I'm bad or good. I've been scared to embrace my colors. I feel pink and then I feel blue. The yellow sun comes with a wind. It's warm shades and morning breeze. And all the words I have said, I don't regret. 'Cause my colors, they crown me. 'Cause my colors are not for everybody. Colors, they're not what they seem. They're fading away, and I don't want to wear them. 'Cause my colors make me who I'll be. The world has been black for too long. I miss the shades of gray. I bite my tongue. I'm tired of displaying my empty pockets and no sign of a green. No matter how much I do, I'm still nowhere applause. I learned this in a day. Next song that I'm gonna be performing, so sorry, is a song that I learned in a day. I heard it, I loved it. I found him. Please give him applause. This is Trevor's. And we kind of did a sexier arrangement of a song that you all probably know and love. This is I Wish. Looking back on when I was a little nappy-headed girl, then my only worry was for Christmas what would be my toy. Even though we sometimes wouldn't get a thing, we were happy with the joy that they would bring. Sneaking out the back door to hang out with those old friends of mine. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Greeted at the back door, we boy thought I told you not to go outside. You don't listen though. Trying your best to bring the water to your eyes, thinking it might stop her from whooping your behind. I wish those days could come back once more. I did those days ever had to go. I wish those days could come back once more. I did those days ever had to go, 'cause I love them so. Found myself being doctor with that girl. Please don't tell and I'll give you anything you want. It is right, well, 'cause mama gives you money for Sunday school, but you trade your for candy after church is through. Writing something nasty on the wall. Whoa. Teacher sent you to the principal's office down the hall. You grow up and learn that kind of thing, you're right. But while you were doing it, it sure fell out of sight. I wish those days could come back once more. I did those days but had to go. I wish those days could come back once more. I did those days but had to go, 'cause I love them so. I wish those days could come back once more. I did those days but had to go. I did those days but had to go. I wish those days could come back once more, 'cause I love them so. Thank you. Thank you, Travis.
Thank you, Rebecca. That was great.
Thank you.
Wow, you've got a range. Oh my goodness. That's got that high C. I'm like, oh my Lord. Great. You know, I think what's great is you have, you know, this energy. I find at times I wish you would maybe like be aware of how you're doing your movement. Because I felt like you were doing things that weren't necessarily tied into the moment in the song. So it's almost like there were times in I Wish when the energy level and the way it was delivered felt right and really, you know, solid for your voice singing that song. There are times when I felt like you were working too hard. And there were times when I felt like you're just thinking, I think you less is more on a song like this in terms of movement, because it's already this grooving song, and it's almost, I don't know, some of it started to feel distracting, and some of this thing, I would just say, also, I've been there with the lyric thing, especially, I mean, I've gone up on lyrics for songs I've written. I did this whole, just recently at this regular gig I do, and I did this whole thing of like introducing my song, and then like the first line was just no way to be. I actually like stopped the song and apologized to everybody who went on it.
I feel like all the nervousness for the first song went to the second one.
That's a thing. There's a like delayed effect, you know, of that. So, but I think in general, for stuff like that, there are times when you don't have to work so hard. Just find that place, because it may feel like you're not putting enough into it, but no, it's actually feeling more authentic to us and more like you're in your true skin, and not working so hard to kind of have energy and be, you know, aggressive or whatever. And the first song, I loved the way it started and then went into this other thing. It does feel like it feels like a work in progress. I love the idea. I love the idea of exploring all the things about colors and how that relates to you. I would just say kind of refine it somehow, and I wouldn't even necessarily know how to do it, but I almost feel like there could be I don't know, there could be a more melodic hook in there somewhere in the chorus, just like maybe just certain different melody in a couple places, and just like taking the concept and focusing it in a little more, because it's a great idea for a song, and it's a cool thing, and it feels like a real, you know, good statement for you about this is who I am and these are the colors and that. But there were times when I was feeling like, well, is she happy about the colors? Is she not happy? Is she good with the colors? Are the colors a problem? Are they? You know what I mean? So I would just like keep working it and just keep developing that. But anyway, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Rebecca, for taking a chance and sharing your original music. I know that's not one you especially just wrote. I love this red suit that you're in, and then the splash of it against the black piano was a great start.
Yeah.
And that's why I love you have no fear in like taking up space on a stage. You started over here and then you came out, what? You know, the next part of the song, you're over here. So I love that you take up space and you own a stage. I think for the first song, the way you say colors, and again, is English not your first language, right? So the way you said colors, that every time you said colors, it was different and it didn't hit right to me. So even just allowing that ka to sit right at the top of your mouth, then it would form, because there are parts where you were trying to sound like it was belting, but it didn't come out as a belt, or at least it seemed like you were trying to belt, and it didn't come out as a belt because it was sitting back, colors back here. So the placement of the word colors, I think, is important for this song for you. And what is it? Yes, and then even the transition from the slower part to the fast part, I think some sort of transition, a smoother transition, would have been better for me to understand what was coming. But I love the meaning of the song, and I love what you were communicating about the theme and the meaning of the song. I think communicated really well. The second song, I'm a person who is all about culture. And so the second song to me felt flat, because for me, the words that you were saying, and again, this is because you weren't born in the United States, what Stevie is talking about in this song, you made it sexy, but it's not a sexy song. The lyrics, growing up a nappy-headed boy, he didn't have money for Sunday school, he didn't have like all these words. That's a cultural understanding of like what it means to be black in America. And to make it sexy, it kind of just, I've completely lost what you were singing. And not that it has to be a sad song, because it's not a sad song, but the way you delivered it took away the oomph of the song. So I have my students do this, to actually go and, okay, what's the name of the song? When was it written? Who wrote it? What was the purpose of the song? What was the original intent? And look at the actual lyrics. What are they talking about? And then from there, become a better interpreter of the song. Because a person like me who lives what it is to be a black person in America, what you're singing about is just like, does she know what she's singing about? So it doesn't, and you don't because you didn't grow up here. But so because that is the fact, I think when you take a cover song, especially something that has lyrics like that, it's important to understand what you're singing. So I think that hopefully you all hear me that, because all people don't talk about that. But for me, I literally have a master's in ethnomusicology, and culture and music, they're not, you can't just divorce them and just go, these are fun lyrics. Well, some songs are just like that because it's just a dance song, but a lot of songs have culture attached to it. So understanding what is the meaning of a nappy-headed boy? Why is he singing this? And a lot of Stevie lyrics are like that, which is why they're so wordy. So sometimes I just have the words and I'm reading them because it's like a poem. But a lot of those songs, a lot of music from African American R&B, whatever, it's important to understand what are the words because they have a context. And if you get up in front of an audience of at least 5 black people in the audience and you're singing something that you don't understand, it's gonna go, uh-oh. So really understanding, and it's not, if there's no black people in the audience, it's still important to really communicate what is the lyrics that you're singing and not just totally going left and making it a sexy song, and it's not. So, sorry, but great performance, and I'm serious about that. Thank you.
Next to stage, we have the new member of LACM family. Please welcome Ilya.
Mic check. All right, hello. How's everybody doing? Seriously? Okay. Well, I had fun listening to y'all. That was great. As Rebecca said, give me a second. Everything is better with music, you know? I was going to say, Rebecca was right. I am a new member of LACM. Also a new member in LA. Just moved here a couple of months ago from Boston, Massachusetts. Also originally from Serbia, but I've been in Boston for some time. But I'm so happy to be here, and thank you everyone for being here as well. This is my first LACM performance. Actually, I'm lying. But anyways, this song, let's just get into stuff that mattered. And this song is one of my favorite songs by a beautiful, incredible artist. She's an East London-based artist, Tiana Major 9. She's an incredible contemporary artist, and this is a song titled Same Space. Tainted view of us, I find it hard to see anything that was good in you and me. I'm happy when you go. I'm not happy when you leave. Oh, I go through withdrawals. No, when I draw you close to me, is this my destiny to set you free? Oh, is this my destiny You're lying here with me, giving the best of me. Can't you see? I got more love to share, and maybe we should stay right here in the same space. Look for different results in the same space. How we gotta look for different results in the same space. Oh, how if we're in the same space? Despite our love's detour, I wanted you from me. I grew with your love. Who knew what it would be? And let's bring back the days when I weren't afraid of something I could lose, something I could lose over something I could gain. Is this my destiny to set you free? Is this my destiny? You're lying here with me, giving the best of me. Can't you see? I've got more love to share, and maybe we should stay right here in the same space. Look for different results in the same space. How we gotta look for different results in the same space. Oh, how if we're in the same space? Oh, how if we're in the same space? Oh, how if we're in the same space? Yeah. Thank you. And please give it up for Trevor's one more time. And thank you so much for accompanying all of us tonight. Trevor's is also a master's student here. We just met a couple of weeks ago, and he was so kind to just say yes to everybody and play for us. So thank you. And then I believe you know this second song. I really hope you do. I'm not even going to say the title of it. Don't have to be beautiful to turn on. Just be your body, baby, from dusk till dawn. You
Sorry.
I'm very used to being Elijah, though.
Okay. Idiot. Man, you have such vocal control. Let me just say that. Beautiful. The first song, I absolutely loved your voice on. The warmth, the texture, the fullness of your voice. You're, again, working with, it was almost like you and the guitarist. First of all, great job, Traverse. Like, yes. But you worked simultaneously together to deliver that vocal, and it was beautiful. It was like butter. Your tone, the quality of it was just full, but then not too much. The only critique for that song was the last run. That was too much. I think
I couldn't agree more.
the run was too much. You had us the whole song, and then whoa.
Right, yeah.
Okay, too much. But otherwise, I mean, the whole song, you had us from the first note all the way through. Beautiful job. Second song, same thing. Your control, you have such a range, and you just slipped in and out of that kind of belty head mixed voice. It was just seamless. Your voice was so fluid. The high notes, love them. And I love the way you engage the audience. You got everybody to snap and still even encouraging Traverse. My only critique, and I hope you take this well, is the way you're dressed. You sang like an amazing Same Space. You sang Kiss by Prince, but you're dressed like you're going to a job interview. So I want...
Yeah, couldn't agree more.
Yes. So I want your look to match what you're singing. Like unless you want to go into a space and just shock everybody with your voice, it worked. But I would love for you, you sang Prince. It just requires more, and it's bland color. So at least some color to match your voice and your style and these two songs that you sang. That would be my own main critique. And then the run of the first song. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Okay, so I was thinking the same thing about the suit. The thing, I honestly, and I know I am so not the person to be like the style consult my wife or anything like that. And she's also an artist herself. But honestly, I know what she would say. Go get yourself a really great tailored suit. Go somewhere, even go to a thrift store, go somewhere, because you need like a David Bowie, Brian Ferry, whatever. You just need, the jacket works, but get a really cool looking suit. And just go that way, in my home.
Thank you so much. I just have to say this to all of my friends. Hello. Don't make fun of me for wearing suits all the time, the tailored ones, because they were like, maybe it should be chill for once,
Right.
See?
Yeah, no, thank you. Like I said, honestly, that's the last fashion advice I should be giving anyone in my entire life. But I think that's a great place to start. I think also the way you have that part of your voice with the falsetto and all of that doing the Prince song is fantastic. You have such control, you have such great pitch, you have such great energy. I would encourage you to find your own licks and your own way, because even though it's so great, it's still such a Prince sound. And it's funny because the only other person I know who did a remake of that song was Tom Jones. And if you know Tom Jones, he did a great remake of it that's so different because he just sang it like Tom Jones. And so for you, I would just incorporate little places, either where you stay in that voice but you do a different lick, or you go to a different kind of voice and do something. And just bring it around in little ways, because you should exploit the fact that you have this great sound and you fit the song. But that's how to find your own space in it. You know what I mean? Find moments to not just be so, and you did that a little. You held notes out here and there and did things that weren't necessary, but I would encourage you to find other places to really make it your own that way. And it'll still have that energy, and it'll still pop, and it'll still, have that same kind of thing, because it's cool. And the first song was great. I really liked it. I know that one lick obviously is built into the melody. It happens every time. Be aware of that one that goes, I don't know, it goes up to like a G or something. It's kind of right in the middle of the verse. Every time it happened, I don't know, do you know the one I'm thinking of? Like, sing a little bit of the verse. There's this one place, like halfway through the verse, and there was always a lick.
tainted view of us. I'll find it hard to see anything that was good in you and me.
Thank you. That happened every time. And every time that the top note didn't quite get there. And you have great pitch, so it's almost like part of the fun of hearing a lick that's just kind of part of the melody is that every time you just go beep, and it's like there. So that's just be aware of set, because if you set that top note, then it'll all fall into place, I think. But anyway, thank you.
Thank you so much. Oh, and I have a great pleasure of introducing our last performer tonight. Give it up for Elisa Evalde.
Been there.
Hello. All right. My name is Elisa. I'm from Latvia, and today I'm going to perform one of my original songs. Yeah. And yeah, hope you enjoy.
Looks like she's got everything she's ever wanted. Pretty face and voice of an angel. I feel haunted. She seems fearless in every way. Could I be in her shoes, even if it's just for a day? I wonder how it is to be like her. Can I understand what everyone sees in this other girl? If she is really how they say it, then why am I the only one who hates it? If only I would see her just like they do, it would be so much easier for me to be like her, be like her. I wanna be her, be like her, be like her. I wanna be her. It doesn't matter what she's wearing, in a shadow of her walk, I'm disappearing. Every moment I step closer, everything starts shaking, and I have to start over. I wonder how it is to be like her. Can I understand why everyone sees in this other girl? If she is really how they say it, then why am I the only one who hates it? If only I would see her just like they do, I wanna be her. Be like her. Be like her. I wanna be her. Be like her. I wanna be her. Thank you. Alright, oh, that's a little bit too much. Give me that. Alright, so that was called I Wanna Be Her. And the other song is in, oh, and Travis is back, right? And the next song is going to be one of my favorite Jessie J songs, and it's called Big Red Room. Sitting in my big white room alone till my head back, till the tears fall down. Close my eyes to see in the dark. I feel young and broken, so scared. I don't wanna be here anymore. I wanna be somewhere else. No, I'm free. Who I used to be, no. But I have to stay in this big white room, a little old me. I'm going crazy. I'm losing my mind. I'm going crazy in this big white room of mine. I'm going crazy. I'm losing my mind. I'm going crazy in this big white room of mine. Sitting in my big white room alone. Close the door, don't wanna be to come in. No, 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 no. Clench my fist and try to stay strong. I cry and feel sick. My heart is beating, beating, beating out of control. Can I run faster than you? I wanna feel my body again, feel the wind behind. But I have to stay in this big white room, 'cause no one else cares. No, 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 no. I'm going crazy, yeah. I'm losing my mind. I'm going crazy in this big white room of mine. I'm going crazy, yeah. I'm losing my mind. I'm going crazy in this big white room of mine. Everybody's looking at me. Everybody's staring at me. What do I do now? Smile, yeah. Everybody's looking at me. Everybody's staring at me. What do I do now? Smile, yeah. Ooh, ooh, oh, I'm going crazy. this big wide room of mine.
Elisa, right?
Yes.
Yes. Wonderful. Really, really enjoyed it. At first, it was a moment when you were in that last song, you were starting to move, and I'm thinking, why is she moving so much? And then it kind of kicked into that different energy there, and it made sense, but it was almost like your body movement almost anticipated where the song was going. But I loved the way you built it. I love your dynamics in your voice, and I love the way you're just kind of constantly changing that. And that really, I don't know, that really kept me in that song. And there's, so many twists and turns to it, but you did a great job of staying in control of it, especially as it went. There's like a smaller part of your voice that you need to be aware of keeping it as clean as it is later. It's obviously you can access those licks when you're kind of belting it in a really nice, solid way that you just, you know what I mean? Like you want to finesse when you're in the other part of your voice. And sometimes when you're singing and doing that, it concerns me a little because I don't want to have you be straining on those notes, or not even straining, but just using more energy than you need to, because then it's like you won't last. You know what I mean? So that's just like a technical thing to just be aware that it's always as little tension, as little effort to do that. But you have great pipes, as they say. I mean, it's like you really are able to just get those notes, and it really was, I don't know, and then it works really, really well. And the funny thing about your song, you were doing that middle part, and it was sort of laying here, and literally right as I'm thinking, gosh, something should change right now. I don't know. I think I'll just tell her I think something. You changed, and you went up to the high register, and the chorus was. I mean, that worked really well. It made sense, and the song works really well that way. And I thought it was a really well put together song. And I love just the outfit, the attitude, it all. But everybody has such confidence on stage. I mean, I'm really impressed with everybody's just presentation and sense of, okay, this is what I came here to do. And that makes such a huge difference, because you don't want that to be what people walk away thinking about. You want them to think about what is your sound, what is your personality, what makes you unique, what is the message, if there's a song, if there's something specific that you're trying to communicate in a song. Those are the things that matter. Those are the things that stay. I work for this artist, and this is a guy who's had a zillion hits that you wouldn't know because they're like from the 60s and 70s, but your grandparents would know every one of these songs. And the funny part is, he always says this thing. He always says, you may not remember which songs we played, but I want you to remember the feeling when we played it. And honestly, there's a lot to be said for that, because there's so many performances that come and go, and I may not be able to go home and in a week say, oh, right, or he's the guy that did this, that I will remember certain things, but more than that, I'll remember just the overall, and that sense of who, the person that you brought, and that, just the general performance. So anyway, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yes, wonderful performance, Elisa. Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
You, again, what you look like matters. You look like a star. You look like you belong on that stage with the outfit, with your makeup, with your presentation, with everything. Even you sitting at the piano, your outfit just glitters. It's gold. It just goes, hey, look at me. Aren't I great? So, again, that stuff matters. You don't have to say anything, but you look like $1 million. The first song, I love the first song. I love the warmth in your voice that you started with. That low or that kind of alto-y range of the verse. The thing that I am critiquing, and I look at pianists who sing also, is the way you're using your microphone, the placement of your microphone. Because when you went from this warm, you start and you gave us this warm, inviting tone, and then we got to the chorus and it was like, eh! So we lost the power, and it became, not that you were straining, but it sounded very shallow. Like the fullness of your voice, we lost the fullness of your voice. And so even just changing the position of the microphone, making sure that you're either, I don't know if it's, I'm not a piano player, so I can't tell you, but
Kind of went down in the middle. But...
Oh, and yes, and so, yeah, take the moment and say, sound man, I need a new microphone. I'm not performing till I get a new microphone. Can I get a new microphone? Like that's important for you, because doing this, like actually singing and staying grounded, even while you're playing the piano, now I can still, whatever, give me that belt, and it still sounds like one voice instead of I'm hearing this warm voice, and then when you get to that chorus, every time the chorus came, it was like, and again, it wasn't because you weren't singing the right notes, it was just we lost the power of your voice, and we lost that fullness, where everything else was like, yes. So watch the position of yours, and then find out, sometimes maybe just be dropping that jaw to really get on top of those notes and come down on it instead of reaching up to it for that. But that was literally the only part where there was choruses. The second song, what did I say here? The second song, I questioned whether this was the right key for you. And that's because you have such an amazing range. You can sing anything, but I'm a soprano. I can sing really high notes, but I have to ask, yes, I can sing this note, but should I? Because again, same thing, like I got this fullness of your voice from song 1, but when I came to song 2, it was like your voice became like a whole nother voice, and I lost the fullness of your voice. And it should be, no matter if you're singing high belting notes or in your chest voice, we should hear a fullness of your voice. And so really asking, even a half step lower, I think, would have given me the fullness of your voice and being able to reach those high notes comfortably without losing. And not that everything needs to be a power, you don't have to be shouting at me, but just that warmth, like it's literally sitting. When you're in your chest voice, you're in your chest voice. And then it's like me transitioning from chest voice to my belting voice, it all sounds the same. There's not like a loss of the power or a loss of the fullness of you because I'm singing too high. You got the range, period. You didn't disappoint us at all with not reaching the note. My thing is, I want the fullness of your voice and none of it to be lost because you're a half step too high.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But overall, yes, beautiful range. I love that you communicated the message. The second song, I really got how you related it. I didn't know what you were talking about, but I could feel that you related to the song. So just overall, really great performance. You're a great presentation, great performer. Yeah.
Please, another round of applause for the wonderful performance. And a huge thank you to Bill and Aretha for your great comments. Really appreciated how much you care about the students, but you really wanted to tell them exactly what needed to happen. It was great, super important. Oftentimes we've had performers who said, it was great, but I mean, I didn't feel like people wanted to be too nice. And I really appreciated that you just told the truth. It was great. Thank you, everybody, for being here, and the audience, too. And I want to thank Koi and Atharva for doing sound. So if you would, I'd love to come up to the front and get some photos, and you guys can chat a little bit with Bill and Aretha before they have to go. Thanks again.